Good afternoon, Betsy. It is Sunday the 13th of June. Thanks for your video yesterday. Sorry I'm not done with exam stuff yet. I hope your last essay goes well. Yeah, it's good to hear your thoughts on the celebrity thing. It's kind of nice that we have such different views so that we have things to talk and virtually debate about. But yeah, I see where you're coming from with curiosity. I agree that it's like an important thing to recognize whether you're supporting people who are, at least aligned vaguely with your ideals. Completely get it, completely understand wanting to verify they're a nice person. I just guess I don't think I'm capable of doing that personally. And I don't think it's reasonable to expect anyone to immediately understand exactly whether someone's a good person or not within like 2 minutes of meeting them. The second thing what I was going to talk about was the other thing you asked me about, which is about information outside of art pertaining to the art within it. I think I was first introduced to the concept at like the age of 15 when I read The Fault in Our Stars. You know, the plot of that being that the sick kids track down this author and he gives them a not very satisfying answer. Fault in Our Stars spoilers, 9 years too late, but there you go. There's a kind of grim irony in me using that as an example after just having talked about not always platforming people. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, ultimately, in a book or a franchise or a TV series, you can pick and choose what is real and what's made up because it's all made up. Spoilers. It helps to have a frame of reference to define what that is, and I find it very useful for that to just be the piece of art itself, standing alone, with no director's commentary and no shitty tweets. I do this for two reasons. One, I just think it should stand on its own, but I think it shouldn't need to have extra information added to make it a worthwhile piece of art. Secondly, there's a lot to be said for omission. For example, in music, you can use silence as part of it. And in poetry, you have to select your words carefully and you have to choose what to leave out. In visual art, it's powerful to use negative space. So I don't see why that shouldn't apply to like novels and TV shows and stuff. Like sometimes less is more, and it gives you a little bit of interplay between what's speculation and how people might interpret different things, and I think that makes things more fun than having an encyclopedia of truth. It's basically the difference between like art and ultimately the real world, right? If you interrogate the right things in the real world hard enough for long enough, then you find out an objective truth. Maybe, kind of. Let's not go too hard into philosophy. But in fiction, that doesn't have to be the case, and I think it's more fun when it isn't. TLDR, I think it's interesting to see what is put into literature and what isn't. Think about, mysteries and suspense. You gotta leave some information out, otherwise it will just be boring. And books with like an air of mystery and confusion, it's so much more fun to have that speculation. A series of unfortunate events, right? Like, can you imagine that if they just explained exactly what was going on the entire time? Getting the opportunity to figure it out, not having everything spelled out for you, I think I really enjoy that in works of art. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. I'd be interested to hear your response to this, other than just, I want more information. I'm excited to see which thing you've been doing today, so please do upload that if you have it, and I will speak to you on Tuesday. Bye!